presentation with titled Agritecture Transforming Smallholder Agriculture in the Nile Basin, in underground architecture for a sustainable 2050 vision. So, welcome, and the floor is yours.
È partito, sta andando.
Good evening, Mohammed Yassin. This is part of interdisciplinary research conducted at PhD level at the University of Udine here in Israel. And the focus of this research was on extended territory, which is the Nile Basin. The Nile Basin is composed of 11 states, starting from Egypt in the Mediterranean up to the Rwanda, Burundi, and Tanzania in the south. And this is what we have been working on this in a laboratory at the university, engaging 80 students and 80 students with whom we have simulated some patterns of underground architecture. I'm going to 15 minutes is not sufficient to touch all this, but I'm going to run very fast to just at least to explain to you what are the major transformations and challenges which are occurring in that vast territory. That 11 states constitute almost 42% of the total population in Africa, only in 11 states, and the major driver for this concentration of demography because of the river Nile. And one of the major challenges there is the strong and rapid urbanization which is occurring at that place. And unfortunately, the urbanization is occurring at the expenses of the agricultural lands, because most of the people, they built their premises and houses along the banks of the river, and in the long run, now they have discovered that they have finished their arable lands, and this is very clear in Cairo. So these are the focal points which we have thought about, and now if combining all marrying, creating this marriage between the agriculture and architecture, we thought about this agritecture as a solution which could be implemented in that territories, because with the strong rural-urban migration, people need to secure their food and nutrition, and they will be challenged by finding suitable territories, suitable environments to cultivate their land. And that's why they will run for roof agriculture and indoor agriculture, and that it. This combination of other projects, which is the WHEAP of the UNESCO, and Professor Bertagnin here is going to explain to you a little bit about this. These are the major challenges which the research has focused on, and you will see most of them are tied with the urbanization and with the growth of the cities. In the Nile Basin, we have found three major agri-food city systems. The first one is triangular along the delta of the Nile in Egypt, and the second one in Sudan between the two Niles, Blue Nile and the White Nile. And the third system is a circular system along Lake Victoria, which is transboundary in its nature, engaging Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And these are the three major challenges. In the future, in 2030, there will be a lot of challenges that. This is the area of interest, which I explained already. And the demography, I already explained it here. I'm not sticking too much to it. The other major transformational aspect is erection of infrastructures. And they're thirsty for energy, therefore, to stimulate the development. And as you will see here, there will be another new 26 new dams along the river Nile. Most of them are concentrated here in the upper Abyssinia and upper Ethiopia, in the highlands of Ethiopia, and this is to stimulate the industrialization of the region. This is very important transformation which is taking place now, and if we don't have a very wide vision for it, we are not going to sustain it in a very sustainable way. So here I'm questioning these dams, are they, because here there is this huge need for damming, and these are the new dams which are going to be in Sudan and South Sudan. Just an example, new dams which are already projected, and this the Millennium Dam in Ethiopia already under construction by Saline Imperial Group. These are the 5 patterns which we have focused on how to use better in a sustainable way the territory, and this part I'm going to leave it for Professor Mauro Bertagnin, who is going to explain it better. And we did this with architect Giovanni Viola and the 80 students in the laboratory.
Good afternoon to everybody. This very shortly, I want to explain what our research was focused in something that could be actually very interesting for the hurricane area. I was thinking, I was thinking this morning coming here by train that how can I build up the ground instead of under the ground? No problem with a hurricane. So we just focus our interest in five patterns. This is the first one, is the underground patio. We are convinced that in the future, for the sustainability, and this area will be concentrated the largest part of the urban concentration in Africa. So we evaluated how to consider a new pattern for sustainable housing. This is the first one, underground patio. And you see, we have just something built up. It's not something to invent. Why don't we can copy some pattern? That would be very, very useful. So we just focused our interest in something existing, just to try to replicate some pattern in this area. But this according to our research, is something very useful, very possible, affordable. You see here, the underground patio could be like that in this area. So there are some towns like Cairo. There are the surrounding settlement in Cairo, the boundaries of Khartoum and Juba, South Sudan. So why don't think about a future sustainable settlement based on those patterns? There's another one, the patio, we designed, and here you can see it's just existing. This is not future, this today, it's possible. Why don't politicians and decision makers think about it? That's our suggestion for me. I'm an expert of Earthen architecture, so I was working for UNESCO, focusing our research in this sustainability. I know that on Thursday there will be a lecture. A friend of mine, Mario Cucinella, and Mario is very keen on such kind of solution. Look, that can be possible and affordable in those areas. There's the third pattern, one side berm. Again, existing pattern, built up pattern, so nothing to invent, just to reproduce, redesign, and adapt to the context. Those are really possible alternative. It's just a matter of decision, you know. and we also evaluate the considerable possibility of saving energy. It's another very important, apart of the sustainability, there is saving energy, you know. And we made a very deep research on that. We cannot show now the result of the research. This is the fourth pattern, hillside space. You see, you just pick up from the vernacular architecture and the contemporary built-up architecture. It's very interesting. We are from China to Matera, the grotto architecture or the underground is very attractive models. And you see modernity and traditional, vernacular and new vernacular. And finally, the fifth pattern is the excavated earth roof. Again, something existing, the green roof that our colleagues showed again. This is most interesting. I mean, less technical but more architectural. You know, look at the result. It's very feasible. You know, everything can be done. Nobody think about. It's just some small spot that architects sometimes give them. Finally, there's no an enlarged use of this pattern. To my opinion, this could be really an alternative for the future sustainable environment in the area that now are under hurricane punch. And our idea is, why don't we use such kind of pattern in the future of Africa Nile Basin? You see, a village in Ethiopia, the boundaries of Cairo, and Aswan in Egypt. Why cannot be built like that? I mean, apart the green, which is excessive, but the rest is absolutely feasible. Here you have just a short evaluation of energy saving. You see, look, that's very clear, but it's not 100% calculated, but more or less we can say that we can evaluate that the energy use saving is minus 40%. The span is in between 15 and 40%. And the land use, that's very important, is in between 50% and 80-90%, you understand? That is, land saving is one of the main challenges for the future of Africa and the world. So, according to our evaluation, this is the final outcome can be obtained using such kind of pattern. It seems to me it's okay. Thank you so much.
All right, any quick question on this?
Thank you. In the Nile Basin, haven't you problems related to flooding? Because for me, the pattern one is possible to take this solution, for example, in our plain.
Yeah. Okay. For sure, we evaluated that because we are going in the border. Huh? You can have a problem. If you see the image we showed before, are more hill settlement, you know, along the border in the hill. Yeah.
Also for the pattern.
Yeah. There are some hill, but there are no. It's correct, but it's more. We are talking about pattern, you know. It's very general. We are not. But it's clear. It's correct. It's correct. But we want just to show how many possibilities we can have with the adoption of such kind of pattern. You know. Sorry, you are right in any case.
All right. Thank you once again. All right. Since we're a bit late, We're behind the time. So I think we just shift to the next session.